Hey, everybody. It's time for Pearl's Politics. That's right. It's that time of the week. Hello, my name is Pearls, and you are watching Pearl's Politics live from the great state of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. My little Jack Russell over here chewing on a fake bone. So if y'all hear some crunching, smacking in the background, it's not me, okay? Listen, what's the word, Thunderbirds? Well, I have the words for y'all, and I always try to make politics fun because it's so boring when we watch it on the news, okay? So y'all go ahead and share the show. Let's get some laughs in for Pearl's Politics, all right? Well, for the politics that's going on. First of all, let me ask y'all, how was your day? Y'all can talk back to me in the comments, okay? Talk back to me so that we can have this conversation together. hmm Well, I had a really good day today. I did. I must say. We're getting some cool weather down here. And me and my two best friends, we went out and about. And I went to the Goodwill store and I found a bookshelf and like a TV wooden table, but it's kind of antique, you know. I've been looking for those two things for really about 6 months or longer. So I was really happy when I found that, and I found me some boots. Yes, that's right. I have to shop. I've always shopped at the thrift stores and the Goodwill stores even before this inflation that we're going through, y'all, right now. But I gotta tell you, a lot the thrift stores and Goodwill stores gonna be a lot more crowded than it has been because of this economy. That's right. Now, I say I'm from the state of Tennessee, which is a Republican state. It's a red state, has not been a Democrat state since the Clinton administration. Okay. Does that mean that I'm a Republican? I know y'all be want to know. And so far, I have never told how I vote. But what I have told y'all is this, that I vote according to what issues are important to me at the time that they're having the election. All right. And I don't care whether it's on the left side or the right side. Okay. So I guess that means I'm both. So people like me, they call us independents. And which means that we might decide to go to the left, we might decide to go to the right. hmm So, hi, Sandra. I love my top fan. Sandra is one of my top fans, y'all. She watches all the Pearl shows because I broadcast 4 times a week. But we had taken a vacation from Pearl's Politics because we wanted to see how the first 100 days of the administration that is currently in office would go. And of course, we gave some extra time beyond the 100 days. Okay. So we could see how it goes before we started back to broadcasting because we needed something to talk about. Okay. So listen, I'm gonna start off. You see this? This is my pearl watch. Let me put it up a little closer. Oh, if my arm can stretch. This is my pearl watch that my son gave me. Let me pull it down here. For one of my birthday presents, y'all. See that pearl watch? I need to bring it over this way. Can y'all see it? I can't get my arm to show y'all. How am I supposed to do this? My arm. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to hold it up this way. Yeah, that is better, isn't it? All right. So you see all these pearls on this watch. That's just how many political topics I could talk to you about. But tonight, I'm only going to pick 3 pearls off of my watch to talk about. The first pearl is going to be about elections. The second pearl is going to be about CRT. And the third pearl is going to be about reparations. And y'all need to hear this. Hey, all right. So the elections, I know y'all was up all day Tuesday and over until the night watching elections. Well, I wasn't. Mm-mm. I kind of like tune in and out, because see, I don't like to start watching it early. I like to start watching it at the end when everything gets really interesting. Okay, but now I know that I made a comment when President Biden did his press conference. I believe it was on Monday that he did that, and I mean there was a lot of people commenting in there, and there was a lot of people watching too. And by the way, don't forget to give me some likes and love, y'all. Okay. So I made this comment. I said I don't think that the Democratic Party is going to win the state of Virginia. And I had a lot of folks that liked my comment, and I ended up being correct. So we had the election. This was a tight election in the state of Virginia, and the Republic. What's his name? Glenn Youngkin won the election. Now, ironically, his name Youngkin kind of sounds like Yonkers. Reminds me of New York, right? Wonder did he ever live up there? But anyway, how did I base my conclusion that Glenn Youngkin was going to win? Well, on two factors. The way that he campaigned was about issues at hand, okay? And his incumbent, or, you know, competition, the other guy, kept talking about Trump. Trump is not running in any elections this year. He was not running in any elections on Tuesday. So why would this Democratic person continue to talk about Trump? Now I found that ironic. You know why? Because last year and at the beginning of the year, all we could hear was the Democrats talking about Trump, 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 Trump. I mean, all we could hear was the Democrats talking about the Republicans, talking about the election was stolen, right? They told everybody, shut up. Well, okay. But then you turn around at your election time, and all you're talking about is Trump, 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 Trump. But did anybody think to tell him to shut up? Guess not. See, that's the reason why they need common sense advisors. And these advisors, I don't know where they get these advisors from, these campaign managers from. Where do they get them from? Because they certainly don't have any common sense up here. All right. So now, let's see, there was two more important elections, and that was the state of New Jersey. Murphy uh, got reelected. That was a Democrat. And then the mayor's race in New York, that was Adams. Eric Adams. He is a retired police captain and a former New York State senator. All right. So he appeared to be a good candidate. Now, I don't know why they decide the re-election of Murphy, between Murphy and the Republican candidate, was a tight race, though they say. Uh-huh. And I kind of watched a little bit of it. I saw it running close. But let me tell you about the second reason why I knew about Virginia, about how the Republican candidate was going to win Virginia. Okay, if you go back in history, if you never did have history, you never did study about Virginia, the Commonwealth. It was one of the first states in the Union. All right. And this is where the people settled when they came from the other countries. Okay. And they had differences with the British government because when they came here, sailed all the way over here and settled in Virginia, Jamestown to be exact. Um, they were fleeing from British rule. At that time, British rule was considered like almost communist, right? So they were fleeing from British rule. So when they got here, they made themselves a republic. Okay. So Virginia has been a republic state in ideology and philosophy for what, over 200 years? Yeah. hmm And so that was the second reason why I kind of figured that Glenn Youngkin was going to defeat um, the opponent, even though it was a tight race. Okay. So we'll see what these newly elected candidates will do. We'll keep a watch on them. Okay. Uh-huh. We're going to keep a watch on them. So right now, I'm going to take a break. When I come back, I'm going to talk about the big number one topic. That was one of the things that the Virginia mayor talked about. CRT. What is CRT? Well, I'm going to show you what the definition is when we come back because I'm going to share a screen with you, okay? But I'll be right back. Don't go away. Please share. All right, I'm back. Want to say hello to the Haps family. Haps TV station. We love you. Let me give a shout out, give some love to Haps, all right? All right, so I'm getting ready to share a screen with you. Now, I've never tried to share a screen on Haps, but I'm going to try and do it, okay? Because this, I want you to see this definition for yourself. See, is it coming up with me? Coming up. So as a sharing, maybe I got to put it in like one of these. Oh, okay, it's going to share by itself. I see what's going on. And then I can put me in here with it. Oh, I thought I could put me in with it. Okay, I did. Okay, you can't see that though, can we? Can't see it. Can't see it. Okay, so we can't see that. I'm going to stop sharing it. That wasn't good at all. So I'll have to tell Haps about that. So let me just read to you what it says. Critical race theory. That is what the CRT means. All right. And it says that critical race theory is a body of legal scholarship and an academic movement of civil rights scholars and activists who seek to examine the intersection of race and law in the United States and to challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial justice. What in the world does that mean? I mean, Come on now. What in the world does that mean? I don't understand it. I don't understand what those. What is it? A body of legal scholarship and an academic movement of civil rights scholars and activists who seek to examine the intersection of race, or is it a body of legal scholarship and uh, 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 civil rights scholars and activists who seek to examine the intersection of race? Are they seeking to examine law in the United States? And they are also they're trying to do too many things. It sounds like to me to challenge mainstream America liberal approaches to racial justice. What is all that? What does it mean? Why can't it be a simple explanation? See, that's where the problem with this CRT, critical race theory, comes in. That's the problem. This is too um what is the word that start with an A, y'all? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not explained well as to what it is. Uh-huh. And then they got like what they call some five components of it. And it says there are five major components of CRT. One, the notion that racism is ordinary and not aberrational. What does that word mean? Okay, the common person, citizen don't know what that means. What does that mean? Aberrational. I gotta look it up myself. And number two, the idea of an interest convergence. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Number three, the social construction of a race. What does that mean? Social construction of a race? Isn't race already constructed? Doesn't each culture already have their own social construction? I don't understand that. And number four, the idea of storytelling and counter storytelling. How are you going to tell a story and then counter the story? Huh? And number five, the notion that whites have actually been, and that's been cut off. I'm trying to read this on um on Google. Oh, that whites have been the primary beneficiaries of civil rights legislation. Since schooling in the USA purports to prepare citizens, CRT looks at how citizenship and race might interact. We already know how it interacts. Critical race theory's usefulness in understanding education inequity is in its infancy. No, it's not. Understanding education, understanding race is not in equity. It's not in an infancy. Race inequity is not in an infancy. It's been this way all the time. So you see, this convoluted definition of critical race theory, I don't think they even know what it means themselves. Now, let me tell you this. Y'all remember that man I showed y'all? Let me see if I still got him in here. I think I deleted him out of here. But the attorney, A.G. Merrick, uh, yeah, of the DOJ, the Attorney General of the DOJ. Guess what, y'all? It is his son-in-law that has that is the author, distributor, publisher of all of these CRT critical race theory materials, books, pamphlets, whatever, that they want to put into the school system. Yeah. Now he was asked about that at the hearing. I believe it was Senator Ted Cruz that asked him. He says, is it not true that your son-in-law is the one that will receive the financial benefit, profit, and gain from putting having the critical race theory taught in the schools. And the attorney general, y'all, A.G. Merrick, he wouldn't answer. So when somebody doesn't answer a question, in my opinion, it must be true. Because silence is usually a yes, right? Right, y'all? Okay. Um. Anyway, the parents are up in roar about it. Now, I can see why the parents might be up in roar about it because we don't understand this terminology of what you mean. They have not made anything clear. They have not made anything specific. They don't even have a outline of a lesson plan, a what is it? Not stimulus, but a stimulus, right? Is that it? You know, of what? Because when you go and take a class in college, they have an outline, a list of stimulus of what the lesson plan is and what you're gonna learn, what you got, what the subject is about, what you're going to explore. They don't have that. So that's one reason. That's the main reason I should say why people are so objectionable to this. Um, it's like giving a blank check to somebody that you don't know from your checkbook. You don't know what they're gonna do with it. You don't know how much money, how many figures they're gonna put on the check. Hmm. Yeah, that's what that seems like to parents, and that's why my parents are so upset. And I don't blame them. I really don't blame them. Now, the progressives of the far uh, left are saying that this is needed in the schools so that uh, the students can learn about uh, the history of race and how white supremacy uh, interacts with everybody in the United States and the negativity of it and so on and so on and so on. Y'all look, we already know that. Okay. All right. Um some of that stuff is already in books. Okay. And then they see the rest of it on the news. We are in a digital age right now. Mhm. We're not in so much as a book learning age right now. So then, instead of, they call it training, they want to call it training, critical race training. They want to call it that too. Training? What are you going to train the students to do? See, they haven't told us that. What are you going to train the students to do? Because I'm going to tell you something. When you look at these young people interact well with each other, all races. They interact a whole lot better than the grown folks and old folks. You know what I'm saying? So, and see, my theory, they want to know theory. Let me tell you what the theory is about race. Theory about race is not a theory. It is a fact that it is a learned behavior. That's all. It's a learned behavior. And it's not learned from school anyway. It's learned from the home. It's learned from the parents. It's learned from the family. So then these cycles just keep repeating themselves, competing themselves all the way on down through the generations. Do we have to have training on that? No, because we see it right before our eyes. And I'm not just talking about a particular race like Caucasian. I'm talking about any race, any culture. It is a learned behavior, y'all. It's learned from the family. So you cannot train anybody different as to what their family teaches them. You can't do it. Amen. I mean, it's just as simple. Okay. Now, as far as that money going to Attorney General's son-in-law, who is supposed to be the big recipient of the money that will come from teaching and putting this program into the schools, that is nothing but nepotism. Y'all know, in case you don't know what nepotism is, that is, let's say, Emily Pearls from Pearls Politics want to put this training program into all of the schools in the United States. And then also, the Attorney General's son-in-law, I don't even know his name, he wants to put this same program into all of the schools into the United States. So then the White House says, well, okay, well, they're both the same, but let's go with Attorney General Merrick's son-in-law. Let's let him have this contract. Huh? If they're both the same, why didn't Emily Pearls get chosen? Well, because what? That means they favored Attorney General's son-in-law just because his father-in-law was a general attorney and Emily Pearls was never heard of. That means they favored him rather than her. That's nepotism. Nepotism. Just another word for favoritism. All right? So as far as that's concerned, it should not be that way. That is a conflict of interest. Hi, Ernestine, another one of my top fans. Um, that's a conflict of interest, y'all. Uh-huh. It should have never been approved in the first place because he is related. If that's his son-in-law, he is related to the Attorney General of the Department of Justice of the United States of America. That's a conflict of interest, plain and simple. I was trying to present your hello on the screen. I don't think, okay, I think it's showing now. Okay. Good evening to you too, my dear. That's a conflict of interest, so it should not stand in the first place. Okay, y'all? All right, great. All right, I'm going to take a break. When I come back, I'm talking about these reparations of $450,000. Are y'all going to get one of those checks? All right, then. Well, we'll see when I come back. All right, I'll be right back.
My name is Keith Tucker, Executive Vice President and Kennedy of a phenomenal company called My Econ. And I invite you today to visit Emily My Econ website and check out her amazing products. She has products such as travel, which is a $1 trillion industry where you can get 5-star travel with 2-star and 3-star pricing. If you're looking to lose weight, she has an amazing coffee called Nubia Cream Coffee. It has 5 weight loss ingredients that help you lose weight, so you get a chance to drink coffee and lose weight at the same time. She has Roadside Assistant, a very great product that basically gives you everything you need when it comes to roadside assistance from towing, auto makeup, etc. He also has hand sanitizer, which is really big at this time because a lot of people want to make sure that they keep their hands clean. So we have a great hand sanitizer that is a great product to have and where you're located at. He also has a health and wellness product called Daily Ultimate, which has 200 nutrients and minerals in it. It's very, very important to keep your immune system up, and this product does a great job at doing that. It has credit repair, so if you're looking to improve and increase your credit score, he has an amazing do-it-yourself credit repair system that comes with letters and tutorial videos to walk you through step by step how to restore and repair your credit. He also has an amazing product called the IP Defender that protects you from identity theft. It comes with $1 million worth of identity theft insurance. It comes with a virus protection for your computer. It comes with keylogger protect your keyboard from hackers, and it also comes with free and discounted legal services. And last and not least, he also has a product called the Cash Flow Manager. It's an online record keeping tool to help you keep your expenses all together. It helps you track your miles, any business trips that you do, even personal expenses. It will track your expenses and keep you on that program. This app allows you to upload receipts by taking a picture of it, so you never have to worry about losing a receipt or a receipt fading. It also has a GPS option that will allow you to track your miles. All these amazing products are on Simple's website. You can visit her website at www.emilypearls.myecon.net. That's www.emilypearls.myecon, and my econ is spelled MECON dot NET. So emilypearls.myecon.net. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to Ms. Sybil Presley at 901 643 1982. Again, you can reach out to Sybil Presley at 901 643 1982. Again, my name is Keith Tucker, Executive Vice President Infinity with My Econ, and be sure to check out Emily Pearl's My Econ website for some amazing products.
All right, I'm back. Listen, that shout out to Mr. Keith Tucker up there in Maryland. Thank you so much. Shout out also to Haps Radio Station. All right, love you guys. Okay, so let's talk about this reparations to the Hispanic parents and relatives who were separated during the Trump administration. I think they're mostly talking about parents who were separated from their kids, their children. And so it's two sides to this coin. When you study tort law, contract law, a tort, that means that that is a wrong that has been done to a individual under the laws, rules, legislation of the Constitution of the United States. Tort law, okay? That's right. Y'all know I got my paralegal certification from the University of Memphis. I also did 1 year in law school in tort law. Contract law is one of the first subjects, one of the subjects you take in your first semester. So, and I actually still have my tort law book. But so what there have been some lawsuits filed from the Hispanic community saying that the United States, am I frozen? I'm frozen on my phone. Let me see, am I frozen everywhere else? I hope not. Mm. So anyway, they're saying that the no, I'm not frozen everywhere else. That's cool. It says support Emily's work, subscribe and sponsor. Yeah, y'all subscribe to me, please. And also you can sponsor me for as little as 50 cents. I appreciate it so much, okay? All right then. So, um, anyway, so lawsuits have been filed against the United States government. Uh-huh. And the legal counsel and attorneys of the government feel that they will lose the lawsuit simply because it states that their civil rights were violated. So the first question that other legal scholars are saying is this: how can you have legal rights of a country if you are an illegal member of the country? Don't you have to be a legal person of the country before you can even have legal rights of the country? That makes sense to me. So you got two sides to this coin. One legal side is saying regardless as to the status, the legal status of a person that is in your country, that they do have the protection of your country's constitution. Precious, what are you doing in there? I didn't muzzle her. Precious, come here. That's my little dog, and she's probably into something, tearing up something in mine. Okay, and then they're saying that, you know, no, they're not entitled to any money because they're illegal. They really are not citizens of the country. Well, I can understand that part too. I understand both parts. Don't get me wrong. And what I am simply saying is this, y'all. If the government is going to give them some money in damages and call them reparations, why does it have to be $450,000? Why can't it be $50,000? Hmm? Because at least that would be less than the amount that you only paid our Gold Star family members, which is simply $100,000, as well as the 9/11 survivors. You know, the damages, people that got injured on that. Why does it have to be so much? And that's the question that everybody wants to know about, right? And I can understand that. So now, when I come back, I'm gonna tell you something about these reparations thing, and I got a picture and a quote from Joe Biden that I'm gonna show you. I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tanya Memi. I'd like to introduce you to Natural Action
Precious.
Technologies. They make free flow devices that produce structured water. Well, you're probably wondering, what is structured water? All right, think of it this way. If you were to take a gallon of water to the top of a mountain stream and then pour it down the stream and run to the bottom of the mountain and collect the same gallon of water, it would be structured. It's this natural action of water tumbling over rocks, down waterfalls, flowing through twists and turns as it actively descends a mountain. This motion structures the water. Water molecules are free to move and dance with nature in an energetically alive, fresh, and vibrant manner. Through this process, the molecular structure of water is changed to reflect less surface tension, neutralize toxins, and clears memory and balance on a particle level. Drinking Natural Action structured water is the way nature intended water to be, from the source. It hydrates your cells, makes your skin and hair softer, and ladies, it also makes your nails less brittle. Here are some other benefits from drinking structured water. It helps to increase your mineral and medication absorption. It neutralizes all toxins from the source of the water, which allows them to flush through the body. You'll have healthier gardens and plants when watering with structured water. It's healthier for livestock, and your pets will love it, even fish. It improves aerobic bacterial activity in your septic systems, and it also increases the longevity of all the systems that use water, including reducing the amount of chlorine needed for spas and swimming pools. It also helps hydrate you so that you don't need to drink as much water. Have you ever noticed when you buy bottled water from the store, there is a laundry list of added ingredients on the label, like right here? Well, they say it's for taste, but these added ingredients are different forms of salts, and salt makes you thirsty. Therefore, you need to drink more water, which makes them more money. But with Natural Action structured water, you hydrate your body 30% more than with other water products. Our scientifically designed free flow devices come in several sizes depending on your use. We have a commercial unit for your farm, business, or nursery. We have a home unit that attaches easily to your main water line, making your whole house structured. We have a garden unit that attaches to your hose, and we have a very popular portable unit that you can take anywhere. We also have a shower unit that easily screws onto your existing shower pipe. Taking a shower under structured water feels like you're showering under a waterfall. You will not want to get out. When you use Natural Action structured water on your plants and vegetable gardens, you can almost hear them grow. Strawberries have been known to grow so large that they won't even fit into a coffee mug. Your tomatoes will be larger and sweeter too. And by washing your vegetables or fruit with structured water, you'll actually structure your food, which will make your food taste fresh and alive. And your rose bushes will grow into rose trees up to 13 feet tall, and I've seen it. And your bouquets will last twice as long, and it also increases your harvest time 2 weeks earlier. I mean, how would you like to have fresh tomatoes at the farmer's market 2 weeks before anyone else? In the morning, pour your juice through the unit and it'll taste better and softer. Add several drops to your coffee cup and it'll be less acidic. In the evening, pour your glass of wine through it and it becomes instantly smoother and more aromatic. Our bodies are mainly made of water, so by drinking Natural Action structured water, your mental clarity will be brighter, your emotional state will be happier, body endurance will improve, you'll sleep more sound, and your body will heal faster. So when you care about the food you eat, you should also care about the water you drink. Natural Action Technologies devices provides the truest form of water on the planet. The units come with a 90-day money-back guarantee and a lifetime warranty, so you have nothing to lose by trying it. I did, and I love it. Give it a try. Your mind will thank you, your body will thank you, your plants, your pets will thank you, and your life will be enriched. We invite you to experience water in its highest truth. Here's to better health and well-being with Natural Action Technologies.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, just so you know, I've been drinking structured water for about 2 years now, and I can really see the difference in my skin, how I feel because it's clean water. I have a shower unit, as she was telling you about in the shower, and it just really just makes your skin just brings back the your skin, make it natural as the way it's supposed to be. Takes out all the toxins out of your skin. I don't have on any makeup except lipstick. Uh-huh. And ladies, you really need to stop wearing makeup because it would damage your pores of your skin. Because how do I know? Because I used to wear it. I wore makeup since I was like 15 or 16 years old, believe it or not. Yeah. So I had some deep pores and dark spots all over my face. And the only thing I have now is maybe a little rosacea that shows up when my lupus flares up. But other than that, I love my beautiful skin thanks to my structured water. Okay, now let me get back on. Let me get back to the comments. Let me get back on this comment about reparations. Okay. Now, what I'm saying about that is okay. Um, if you think that you're going to lose a lawsuit and you really think that you need to pay reparations, I'm saying this to the White House, then uh, pay them um, a small amount because, see, in most tort cases, you have to prove the extent of the stress, the damages, the extent of the damages. Okay. I know if you step away from your child, it can be very distressing, very stressful, heartbreaking, grieving even. But it's not worth $450,000 per person. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's just not worth that much. Now, let me show you a picture of what Biden said. Let me show you a picture of him. Hmm. This was from an NAACP. I mean, largen up the screen so y'all can see that. Wait a minute. How do I largen this screen? Enlarge the screen. Well, that made it smaller, didn't it? I think that's about as large as I'm going to get it. And I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to squint. I do have the picture up. But this is from the National African American Reparations Commission from 2020, November the 7th, 2020, Joe Biden said this: the African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. Well, Joe, let me ask you this. Since you have our backs, Joe, let me see if I can put me in here with this. Um, oh, okay. I'm gonna put me in here with this. Okay, hold on. I want to get in here with Joe. Okay, there I am. Okay, Joe, let me ask you this. Since you have the black community's back, can you tell me why you are considering paying $450,000 reparations to each um, Hispanic person that had a relative separated from them when you have not yet even addressed the reparations for blacks who whose foreparents, grandparents, great grandparents, great great grandparents were slaves. They were separated from their families. Uh huh. We have not even addressed that as a nation. Uh huh. There are lawsuits that are still in the court for that. Why can't you address that? You say you're going to always have the backs of blacks, but you just skipped over the reparations for the blacks and went straight to reparations for something new, and they're not even citizens. See, that's what doesn't make sense to people. So then you try to walk it back and say, well, this $450,000 not going to happen. How can we believe that? How can we believe that when you have not held true to right here what you said on November the 7th, 2020, almost a year to date today, when you said the African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. You don't have my back. And I can tell you exactly why you don't have my back, Joe. It's because, and let me get you out of my frame, because I want the people to see me on this, just me. You do not have my back, Joe, because I actually have proof that my grandfather was still being treated as a slave because his father and mother were a slave. And I have a census record that shows his name and has him listed as houseboy. All right? Uh-huh. So I am entitled to a reparation for the separation of my families, all down through those times. Yeah, I have it on record. I kept it. I have it digitalized where it shows my grandfather, who died March the 5th, 1969, listed on a census as houseboy. So I feel that if you're going to do some reparations, I am entitled to $450,000 too. I am entitled to $450,000 too. And until you can give me $450,000 for the separation of and pain, grief, suffering, suffering, the beatings, the bloodshed, the branding of my grandfather's family, then you don't give $450,000 to nobody that is not a citizen over here. It's as plain as that for me. You don't give nobody no money that's not a citizen of the United States, okay? Because that is a $64 million question. Why haven't you addressed the real reparations that are at hand? The real reparations. You say you're going to have the backs of the blacks, but you don't have the backs of the blacks. You just skipped all over reparations for the blacks and gone on to somebody else. Now, that is not fair. Now, you're going to have to step it up, dude, if you don't want to be left out. Because, see, if you do things the right way, there's always something possible. Nothing is impossible. You could possibly end up doing an 8-year term, but based on what the people have seen now, based on what you are doing now, based on the way you are thinking now, nobody wants to see you um, in the 22 and the 24 elections. Nobody wants to see you there. That's plain and simple. Yeah. So I, as an individual, as a black individual, I'm very upset with this idea that you want to pay. I don't have anything against the people. Now let me just say that. I don't have anything against the people. You know why? Because I understand the pain, the separation, and suffering that they went through when they were separated from their children and their family members. But I'm talking about this right now, which is I'm upset with the idea that my government, I am an American citizen, that my government wants to give an illegal person who is not a citizen of this United States of America $450,000. That's more than middle class people work a whole year. I don't even have an income of $11,000 a year. I have an income of less than $10,000 a year because all I get is a Social Security check. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm retired. I retired because I couldn't wait. Because even if I had waited 5 more years, 7 more years, 10 more years, I was only going to get about 20, 30, 40, or $50 more on my check. I said, my life is not worth it. I got to enjoy my life. So you see why I'm upset, Joe? Do you see why I'm upset? Give me $450,000. Now, if you can do that for everybody that deserves reparations in the United States, that are American citizens first, you take care of home first. We were always taught that. We was always taught that down here in the South. In the South, we taught you take care of home first. You don't go sweeping around nobody else's door until you got your own porch clean. All right? Y'all tell him what I said, because he don't know me from Sally Sue. But y'all tell him what I said. Don't go sweeping around nobody else's door until you take care of your own porch first. You understand me? I told y'all I was going to make politics fun, didn't I? All right then, y'all. Hi, Dion. Stephanie. Stephanie. Stephanie, don't you agree with that? You might agree, you may not. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? And let me just go back and take this a step back further. It wasn't just blacks who were separated from family during slavery time. There were also other races that were separated from family. You see what I'm saying? Even Caucasians. That's right. Because here's the deal. If you were Caucasian and you were helping slaves, you was considered as a traitor. And you got separated from your family because you had to run away to save your life. Amen. Uh-huh. So until all of these people down through the 200 years of the past 100 years, the past, 200 years, what is it? 200, 400 years? That's a long time that nothing has been done or given to these people in regards of reparations for the separations of their family members that they endured and suffered through. So when I hear that you're going to give somebody that hadn't done anything but this country, somebody that is in this country illegally, $450,000. Hmm. Yes, Joe, it makes a whole lot of people angry. Hmm. Yeah, that's right. And see, you brought this on. You brought this on yourself. And my saying, when people bring things on themselves, this is what I always say. This is my saying, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. When you bring something on yourself, like Joe, you brought this on yourself by even suggesting this. Why don't you just let it go through court? You don't know what the Supreme Court will decide. But no, the reason why you don't want to do it is because you know the Supreme Court is not going to agree with this. This is one contract tort lawsuit that will lose. So see, when you bring something like this on yourself, this is what I say. You when it's done and everybody angry at you, your political ratings going down, your standing goes down, you're gonna be down almost in single digits. You brought it on yourself. So when you bring things on yourself, Jeff, this is what I'm gonna have to say for you at that time. You got what you deserve, and you deserve what you got. Can somebody repeat that? You got what you deserve, and you deserve what you got. Because people are upset about this. Do you think people gonna vote for you really? Again? Do you think people gonna say that well, you know what? Let me take that back. Because when I saw some of those comments in the press conference that were going, so many people were typing in comments talking about what a good job he's doing. Joe, I just don't see it. I don't know what mirror they are looking in. I just don't see it. I could use a stimulus check right now. Are you trying to give me one? No. Mm-mm. You worried about some climate change that ain't even happened yet. And I'm here. I'm in the real time. I'm in right here in real time suffering. Not just me. Half of the country, if not 75 to 80% of the country is suffering financially. And you worry about some climate change that ain't even occurred yet. Worry about what's going on now. Do something about what's going on now. It's people that need help right now. Well, let me stop before I say something that's really out of place, okay? But see, that's why I like having my own show. That's why I do not want to be connected with a produced show that would probably pay me some money, because you have to limit what you can say. I don't like being limited on my free speech, my First Amendment Constitution. I don't like it. A lot of people are upset about that too. Especially, I talked about that last week. Sicking the DOJ, the AG attorney on parents. That's the most ridiculous thing anybody ever heard of in their whole life. I've heard of a lot of hullabaloos, but I've never heard a hullabaloo like that. Y'all let me quit fussing. I told y'all I was gonna make politics fun for y'all. Y'all please share. Let everybody know that I'm here every Thursday night at 6:30, and I'm Pearls. That's right. And I do Pearls politics. I do politics the way nobody else does them. So you definitely want to start sharing the show. And I always close with this. I always close with this. I want everybody to know this because a lot of people just don't know, especially with all these different entities trying to suppress your free speech. All right? Free speech is a philosophy, it is not a policy. Can I say that one more time? Free speech is a philosophy, it is not a policy. All right, y'all. That's my time. I'll see y'all next Thursday night, 6:30. Bye bye.